Hey guys, so how's it going? Today I just want to talk about my main, which is my Deadeye now, and just how Endgame feels and how the class feels in comparison to other classes. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the Deadeye, it feels strong. Um, but I will be straight up with you. It feels strong, but it also feels lackluster at the same time. Uh, doesn't mean I'm gonna switch. Um, because I just like how the class plays, how it looks. But I've been talking about it on my stream, talking about it in general. I feel like the Deadeye feels more risky than the reward the game gives you for playing the class. A lot of your abilities are within melee range, and a lot of them require you to be getting back attacks. And you have to play very perfect, and you have to play very on top of your game at all times to feel like you are matching in DPS, if not doing more. And that's where I feel like the Deadeye really slows down for a lot of people and makes them desire something else, maybe or swap over to Gunslinger, is that you can put in the work and the effort, but even sometimes whenever you are playing at perfect and you are doing everything in your class to the highest degree, you still aren't competing for DPS. And it's because a lot of your risk isn't outweighed with a extreme enough reward. Now that's not to say that you will struggle. No, I see a lot of people. I've done everything in the game so far for me that at gear score, about to be tier 2. I've done everything of content in the game that I can do. Now I haven't played all the islands, but I've done every Guardian raid so far. I've completed every Abyssal dungeon. I've done pretty much everything that I found so far in the game to do, and I don't necessarily always struggle. It's just I'm never outstanding, and who knows? That may just be me, and that may change over time as I get better with the class. But it definitely feels like the class is lackluster in comparison. Now, I will say, I have found it to be a better experience to play Pistolier and focus on one set of skills than to even go into the shotgun, the enhanced weapon, I think it's called, class. Playing enhanced weapon felt extremely because it felt like a lot of downtime, because a lot of what you do in enhanced weapon is just rely on the shotguns to do all of your damage, which is even more risky because relying on the shotguns means that you have to be directly behind the boss, and you have to be pretty much directly inside of the boss because you want all of the attack to hit, and you want to proc the 2 times multiplier of damage, which to me felt very unfun to play. So I've stayed playing Pistolier. It feels like the most fun to play. If you want to play Deadeye, if I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not as crazy as the other one, and you don't have to like super sweat there to make sure that you're maxing out your DPS meter. But it is definitely still struggling for DPS. Now, you'll still clear content fine, but I don't know, just my take on it feels like it's fun, but you gotta know when the class is just not performing at what it could be doing. And that definitely feels like this class. It feels like the concept is cool, and like whenever you're doing certain mixes and you're just sitting there and you just see crits all the time, you're doing like massive damage, the class is cool. But it's important to acknowledge where your class lacks, and I feel like that's in the reward factor for playing these up close, as I have to. Now, um, regularly like mobbing and stuff it can be a lot of fun, but so can like every class. Chaos dungeons are gonna be easy. Just general things are gonna be easy, but the class itself just feels like it just lacks in a lot in comparison to the other classes. And I've heard that a lot of people especially from the Korean servers, said that it's supposed to be the developers want it to be a risk reward class, and a lot of players have been flat out saying that it feels like it's a very low reward for a high risk. Now, I will preface this by saying I'm still only 500 and something gear score, item level, sorry, and so that could change very quickly, because I know that once classes get their engravings online and they start getting everything set up, the game becomes a completely different game. But this is just my thoughts and such from where I'm at right now with playing. And it's not that I'm not enjoying the game. I'm enjoying the class. I like the class. I think it's fun. It's challenging. Probably one of the harder classes to play right now. I wouldn't say the hardest. It's probably some other craziness that I don't know about where you have to min-max DPS, but it's definitely a class that takes a little bit of understanding rather than just doing the stuff and then getting profit. And I feel like that's okay, you know. There's not every class needs to be extremely good at everything, or you know, like require uptime on everything and understanding of every single ability and making sure that everything is pitch perfect and then everything is being used at perfect speeds at perfect times without fail. Not every class needs that, and I think it's good that there's going to be harder ones that have higher risk for higher reward. But I do, like I've said this before, I do think the class needs a risk, like a reward, a higher reward for the risk that you have to go for. Now maybe this will change, like I said, when I get higher level and a higher item level and such. But just right now, it feels like it is not worth everything that I'm putting into it. However, it gets to look flashy, it look cool, which some of you that'll be enough. Okay, so moving on from my class review and such. Endgame. How am I liking it so far? How am I liking the progression? Well, I'll be honest with you. It's a bit of a grind. A bit is a bad word for it. It is a grind. Flat out, it's a grind fest. A lot of what you're gonna do is just sit around. You go through islands and such. Right now, I'm working on 70%ing zones, so I can go ahead and get skill point potions. And it's a grind fest. It's something that takes, you know, it's pretty quick getting from, you know, 302 to 500 and such, or everything around that, you know, slightly higher item level. But once you get to that item level where you're not upgrading as much, and it's starting to cost gold, and you're starting to do this, that, and the other, it starts to add up real quick. And, you know, and I'm okay with it, because it doesn't bother me. I love grindy games, but it's like I said, I feel like it does slow down when you're getting close to tier 2, and I know that when you get to tier 2 and going into tier 3, it slows down again. So materials are starting to get more like extravagant that you're needing. Everything that you're starting to need is starting to get more and more expensive, and it's just a matter of time at this point before I hit tier 2. But I've been playing alts, and as much as I like those alts, I don't really know. Now, I've been doing island content as well. The islands are fun. There's maps that have them set up for you for the most efficient ones to farm first and such. People do that. It's on maxroll. I'll link it in the description. I will link the maxroll website that has the island routes for tier 2 and tier 1 upgrades and resources. Ow. And yeah, I don't think that the game is any worse. I don't think nothing's changed besides the fact that I'm just noticing my classes. The class I prefer to play here is very lackluster in comparison to other classes, which is fine, you know. But the rest of the game is still great. I will be honest with you, when you guys start to get to the point, if you're not already there, where you're grinding skill point potions, it depending how fast you are, it could go quick, but some of those take a very long time, just because you have to find every Mokoko seed, you have to find every Vista. The way I did it for Exoterra is I found every Vista, every Mokoko seed, every hidden story, completed every alternate story, pretty much every collectible, killed all the special enemies, and then I believe I got it. You don't have to do, at least I haven't felt like it, you don't have to do the, what are they called? The items on the top. You might not, I don't think you have to do those. It doesn't seem like it. Yeah, I went there and did East Lutera for the skill point potion. I did and then I'm going to do today. I'm going to do North Vern, then I go to Shoeshire, and so on. I think there's only a couple places that have it. If you guys are about to do skill point grinds, please know that some of them are gonna be locked behind completing completing dailies, and also some of them are locked behind getting Ignia tokens, which is arguably gonna take the longest because you need 100% in 8 zones to get it, and that's where it becomes really tricky to do. So, you know, just know that. You're also gonna need a bunch of giant hearts. I believe there's something else I'm forgetting right now. But a lot of them they say that they're gonna happen over time, because a lot of them are gonna take a very long time for you to do, especially 80% in certain regions and 100% in a lot of regions. It's gonna take a long time, and it's something that you should just focus on long term instead of short term completing instantly. Also, you still have to hit level 60. Level 50 is the soft cap. Level 60 is the physical cap. Like, you literally can't go past 60. And you can actually, I think you can XP alts up to 60. So. But yeah, guys, that's my personal opinion on my class. How I'm feeling about it. Like I said, not regretting my choice, just noticing the flaws in the class, you know, the damage and such. And my thoughts of Endgame, it's been great, it's been fun, it's a grind fest. The game still feels very populated. And yeah, oh, one more thing. If you're playing this game and you don't like looking up mechanics for boss fights and abyssal dungeons and guardian raids, don't feel bad for not doing it. Enjoy the game how you want to play it. I was doing the same thing for a while, but now I'm just looking them up because I don't like having to deal with people complaining. Don't be afraid to just keep doing it. Figure out if you want to try to figure out the mechanics on your own and like play the game. Do what you want to do. Don't let others in this game, because they want to min-max their way to max item level as fast as possible, dictate how you have fun. But yeah, that's all I want to say. All I want to talk about. But I want to thank you guys for watching and having like, you know, stayed around for the whole video. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you guys are having fun, and stay safe, stay cozy. Peace out, guys.